Well, hey, it's a great night in the kingdom of God. Welcome, everybody, to Business Breakthrough. I guess today's the 15th, Raquel, isn't it?
It is already. The time is going by quickly.
Halfway through the month of October. And want to welcome everybody here. I said good evening, and it dawns on me that some people watching right now, it's actually early morning. And
Yes.
So wherever you are in the world, I mean, we have people literally on board from all over the world, and we want to welcome all of you here tonight to Business Breakthrough. This is Monday night number 3, and this is the Monday night every month, the third Monday of the month, that we do business opportunity ideas. These are some concepts for those of you or ideas looking for an opportunity to start a business or to make some extra money on the side. So every month on the third Monday, we feature different opportunities. And going back, Raquel, August. In August, we had Dr. Asher, and he talked about CBD oil. And then last month, we had Karen Knott from Gia Wellness. And she talked about that Gia Company's products, and that's actually one of my absolute favorites because they have a line of products that protect you from serious radiation from cell phones and cell towers. And tonight we have Josie, and Josie got on here. We we started a minute late because we couldn't find Josie. So, once she was lost, but now she's found.
I was just thinking that. Get out of my head, man. Get out of my head.
So anyway, we don't have any titles on the screen at this point here, but I am your host, David Martin, and sitting in the middle of your screen here is Raquel Soto, and she is our host here. A host. That's a new word, a host. Gonna be a good night. The tongue doesn't work. That's always a good sign. So she is my co-host for Business Breakthrough, and Raquel, we love and appreciate you so very much. And discovered just about 10 minutes ago that the link on the Business Breakthrough page for tonight didn't get updated, and in reality, it did, because yours truly did it. But I was operating above my pay grade because I put all the changes in there, and obviously I didn't save it. So hard to believe I make that kind of an error, but just discovered 10 minutes ago that Josie had some people to sign up and they couldn't get on. So hopefully, Josie, you got that message off to them.
Yeah, I did. I sent it back on Facebook again, told them to try it again, and hopefully they're able to get on.
So anyway, as we were discussing that issue, Raquel said to me, David, do you need some help? And I raised both of my hands. So hopefully we won't see this mistake happen again. So sitting right. Well,
if I'm doing it. So we'll try anyway, not to. Yeah.
Sitting right next to Raquel, this is her sister. Mm-hmm. So, Josie, we are so happy and honored to have you with us here tonight. And for those of you that are joining us the first time, a couple minutes here just as a little brief introduction, but Business Breakthrough started actually 27 years ago as I was crying out to God, how do we capture the wealth of the wicked? And I'm not going to go through that story. You can see it on the Business Breakthrough page of the ministry website. It's also on our YouTube channel. And discovered, hey, Raquel, you like this. We have made it to number 1 on a search in YouTube. So that if you type in living supernaturally, with or without a space now, we are number 1. So praise God. Number 1.
Yes.
So at this point, we're not being shadow banned. But anyway, you can find these videos, introduction on Business Breakthrough there on our YouTube channel or the Business Breakthrough page. But in essence, what God showed me is that he's positioning people in places of business because you have an opportunity when you're in business to make unlimited amount of money. And as Josie's going to be talking tonight about treasure hunting, reminded me of a story of a lady. Matter of fact, I saw she is on the call here tonight with us. I saw she actually registered for tonight, but she is a premium treasure hunter. And Rosie, I'm talking about you. Kind of sounds like Josie, but it's Rosie from Dallas. But she heard me teaching about, being supernaturally led of the Spirit to find the gold coin in the fish's mouth. And she was in the process of moving, and was by faith moving, but she didn't have the money to move, so she decided to go out and get some boxes and pack by faith, and believing God for the finances. Now, as she was out looking for boxes, she came across a dumpster. Now, Josie, you're going to appreciate this, talking about dumpster diving tonight. But she saw these boxes all stacked up along next to a dumpster. I thought, well, that's perfect. I'll just dump out the stuff that's in there and take the boxes for my packing exercise. And come to find out, I forget the exact number, Rose, so you can maybe help me here and correct me, but my recollection was she found china that had an upward value of $10,000.
What?
Yeah.
Just so jealous right now. That's a great story.
It is. And so the concept here is, though, but when God gets involved in whatever you're doing, and he knows where the gold coins are in the fish's mouth. He knows where to find the treasures. There's another couple in Dallas have a similar testimony. And again, talking about the importance of being led by the Spirit. And we talked about this a little bit last Monday night in our Business Breakthrough Tuesday night teaching, second Monday of the month. And I talked about the 5 keys. Key number 1 is sensitivity. Key number 2 is obedience. Well, this couple, hearing that and following that prompting, it's December, a couple of years ago, and they felt the prompting to go to the mall to just walk around the mall. And this couple, he's a doctor and his wife, but they have a heart to fund kingdom, to finance the kingdom. And that's the key, that if you have a heart to finance the kingdom, in other words, you want to sow money to help build your local church, or sow money to help Dave Martin Ministries, whatever the case may be, but you want to make extra money to finance the kingdom, God really gets involved. And this couple, that was their heart. So they got this prompting to go to the mall. Didn't want anything. They're just walking around the mall, saw something sparkling on the floor, turned out to be a bracelet worth $40,000. They took it to a jewelry store, going to turn it in, and they said, "Is this thing valuable?" And he looked at it, because they were thinking it might be custom jewelry. He said, "This is an antique, and it's got a value of somewhere around $40,000." But he said, "Do not turn it in to Lost and Found, because it'll be gone by morning. But go to Lost and Found, tell them you found the bracelet. If anyone can identify it, you'll be happy to give it to them." Nobody identified it. $40,000 treasure. So you don't have to be in business, but see, when you're in business, you apply these same concepts to following the leading of the Spirit. He'll take you to, as you're going to see tonight, the right dumpster, or the right Goodwill store, or the right whatever. And see, God wants to get involved in your business. He knows where the gold coins and the gold treasures are in the fish's mouth. And but no matter what your business is, He'll show you, he'll lead you to higher sales, greater profits, and that's what this ministry is all about. And one of the things God showed me, that business people need prayer, because the devil's going to try every which way he can to stop you, but prayer stops him. So every month, we did this last Tuesday. And by the way, the cutoff was last week, Thursday, actually extended it one day. But we have a number of people that came in after the deadline. So even though you missed the deadline for the Prayer Partner Program, go ahead, go to the form page on Business Breakthrough, fill in the form, and we'll still try to match you up with 2 other people somewhere in the world that they'll pray for you, you pray for them. The whole idea is 2 minutes a day of prayer. So much for my introduction here, but Raquel and Josie both started coming to my business breakthrough meetings in Rockford, Illinois about 10 years ago, somewhere on there, a long time ago. No, it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, maybe it was. Lose track of time. Anyway, they started coming to my business breakthrough meetings once a month in Rockford, Illinois. They would drive 2 hours each way, and it benefited them a lot. So I'll give you a minute, Raquel, Josie, whatever, to well, Raquel, why don't you tell a little bit, and then Josie can add it into her presentation tonight. So want to get started within 3 minutes, so we got to go quickly.
Okay. So for those who have not heard this story, I had seen Dave on TV, and then 2 days later I saw him on TV again. So it was like on Bill Winston Ministries, and then on Sid Roth. And then I told my sister, just for like, I looked him up, and I said, oh, Rockford, that's not too far. And my sister and I were always trying to get some sister time in. So I said, oh, let's go see Pastor David Martin. She's like, who? I'm like, come on, let's go. So she's like, well, I'm not going to let you travel 2 hours to meet a stranger from social media. So,
very strange. Very strange.
And she's ex-military, so she's all protective. So we decided to go, and it was a love at first sight. As soon as we were there, it just felt like home. Every month, David's teaching and training was just so relevant, and that's how we knew we were in the right place, because it was a prophetic time for us. Every month that we would go, and we would just put this time in, so we kind of fellowship with each other and really just knit together as sisters. And then we would go, and Dassault was driving 2 hours. I was keeping her company and awake that early in the morning. But God never disappointed. God always showed up. We always got a word in due season. We always got revelation knowledge, to the point we were able to continue to use those strategies that came up. That Dassault and I are the top of my game. I just got a raise today for our raises, and our company was giving a certain percentage, and I got double that.
Woo!
So
that's called favor. That's called favor.
Yeah, there was a lot of favor, and I got, even like today, a whole bunch of accolades for some of the multimedia work I was doing at work. And I work in finance, but on the side I do some multimedia work at the company. So I was getting accolades from other VPs and stuff to make sure that my boss knew about it. So that was really great. So it was just, a lot of breakthrough. And then last week I started praying with a group online with these ladies, and they started getting breakthroughs. One lady, she got a financial breakthrough where $1,000 came out of nowhere for her college funding. Another person got this job she wanted. Another person got sales. She's been getting sales every single day. So prayer works. So the strategies that come on every week, something is for you. If you come expecting, I promise you, God will not disappoint you. He will give you that little bit that you have been searching for, and just do that next step. Just be bold and take the next step.
There you go.
God always shows up.
Well done, Raquel. You're getting better at that all the time. All right. Now, hey, we met.
I want to be invited back.
I started going to Rockford in 2005. Was that 5? No, 2007. And I've been going there every month since. But because I was going there, God told me to do that every month. We started doing these business breakthrough meetings, and that was at 7:30 in the morning. So these girls would leave around 5 o'clock in the morning, drive 2 hours. But we had to stop only because we're doing meetings. I was just too wore out doing a Thursday night meeting, a breakfast meeting at 7:30, driving 2 hours, doing a lunch meeting in Milwaukee for another business breakthrough meeting, and then doing an evening meeting. It just I got to be too much. So anyway, starting in August, we took this whole format global. And so we want to welcome those of you tonight in Germany. We got people in Germany, a couple people in Germany. We got people from India, Sri Lanka. I think we had New Zealand last week, in Canada, and all over the United States. Welcome, all of you. And a great program tonight. So I'd like to get going by 8:15. We're right on track here. So Josie, you're going to show us how you're making extra money part-time. I mean, already making $1 million a month in your full-time job. Slight exaggeration, but she too is at the top of her game. So, yes. Josie, I'm gonna turn it over to you if you want to do a real quick kind of testimony, a minute or two about your experience with business breakthrough. Fine, but we're gonna downsize Raquel and myself and give you full screen privilege here now.
All right.
Whoop, I went the wrong way. There you go.
There we are. All right. Well, yep. Just like Raquel said, we used to leave at about 5 o'clock in the morning to go see Pastor Dave. And exactly like she said, when I first started going, I was AGM at the airport. Had just started. Met a lot of friends, a lot of close friends in the fellowship program, which was very important to both of us to have someone praying every single day for us. And right now, I am the general manager of the second largest airport here in Chicago. And I am literally at the top of my game. There is no other level for me to go unless the guy above me decides to retire, which he still has another 20 years to go. So I don't see that happening too anytime close, but that's okay because we have other plans already in place other than the airport. But we've seen plenty of blessings. My husband was just blessed this week. We're praying for extra money to come in and hoping it was going to come in through the business, but God hears all prayers. And my husband ended up getting an unexpected pay raise in his company, and he too is at the top of his level right now, where he is really not supposed to get a pay raise unless he moves up to the next level, which is area manager, which again in his position wouldn't be open for at least another 5 or 10 years. But they ended up giving him a pay raise to the area level pay raise, even though he's not an area manager, because of everything he does. So that was a true blessing just to see that. So God answers all our prayers. Sometimes you might ask for, if you're in business, like all of us are, we might ask for an extra client a month or an extra couple $100 a month. And it might not come through you, it might come through your partner instead, but it still comes to the same household. So it was a true blessing for us to receive that news, and he can't wait till next week when he gets paid to see that extra money on there.
Awesome.
But I am ready to get rock and rolling with eBay if you're ready to get it started.
Let's go for it. Let's go. You're on.
All right. Well, get your pens and papers ready because I talk a little fast, so that's part being Puerto Rican and part being from Chicago. It's just something we do out down here in Chi-Town. So if I talk too fast, please put it in the chat. I'm going to ask my sister to keep an eye on the chat because once I go to share mode, I can't see the chat anymore. So then if Raquel, if you would mind just chiming in, if any questions come up or if they say, can you slow down just a little bit? I'm going to go over a little bit how you can get started on eBay. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I sold on eBay. I was looking at my phone when the pastor was talking because I just made a sale. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let's see.
Try tilting it.
Tilting it?
This way.
Oh, toward
the camera? Yeah. Oh, that didn't work. They made it worse.
No, I made it worse.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you can't see it, but it says right there, payment.
I love those words.
Yeah, money. It says payment. But what I ended up selling is something I want to show you guys is actually this thermostat here that I paid $1 at the Dollar Tree and I sold it for $7.98. So after shipping and everything, this is a $5 profit that I'm going to end up getting as soon as I ship it out first thing in the morning. But that's one of the things I'll show you. But let's get started. I'm going to put on the share screen here. And I'm going to say this one here will share. And I'm going to jump right into the eBay. And Raquel, are you able to see the screen okay? This is eBay intro training.
Yep, looks good.
Okay, perfect. So let's just jump right into it. So this is eBay intro training for brand new people who want to get started with eBay. And of course, you're going to be with me, Josie Rosales. So people might ask, what is eBay? eBay got started back in 1995. It's the first platform in which you can sell just about anything. And in the early 90s, it was kind of like the wild, wild west where you can really sell just about anything you could think of. There was zero restrictions. You could sell anything from new items to antiques. They were selling cars. They sell boats on there, coins, electronics like cell phones. You can still sell knives on there, all types of toys, clothes, whether it's used or new, and much more. Yes, Pastor Dave.
Even old girlfriends.
Some people have sold dates, but we're not going to do that here. That's not this audience.
You can put those on sale. You know, you buy one, you get one free. But yeah, you could just sell just about anything on eBay. One question I get all the time from people who watch us on YouTube is who can sell on eBay? Well, it's for people who's looking for part-time income. If you're looking for full-time income, a lot of college students are doing this, even high school students. If you are at least 17 years old, you can legally get an eBay account as long as you go down to the state, your state building and get a state ID. That's all you really need. This is great for parents who are staying at home with their kids, or even again, parents who need a part-time income. It's great for those who are retired already and you don't want to be standing all day at Walmart, being a greeter or at the cash register. Nothing wrong with that, but if you can do something that's going to bring you in the same income and do it from the comfort of your home, why not do it? So this is a great place to start. And right now we just started what's called quarter four. And this is when all the sales just start popping because people are already getting ready for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and even New Year's. So it's a great time to get started. Now, these are the couple of things you will need if you want to get started on eBay. You need an internet connection. You need the willingness to learn. You need a PayPal account, which you can get for free. You need just a regular email account. Gmail works just as fine. If you have a cell phone, that does help. It's not needed, but if you have one, that's great for you. And you need some patience because getting started with eBay, just like everything else, you know, good things take time to accomplish. Now, there are a lot of people on YouTube. If you go on there, you say you want to learn how to sell on eBay, they're going to tell you you can make $1 million a year in your first year selling on eBay. I'm going to be honest with you. No, you cannot. But if you can make a couple hundred extra dollars, even if you make an extra $100 every 2 weeks and you're bringing in $200 every month just to get started, that's a big help for a lot of people. That can pay your cell phone, that can pay your cable, that can get you started on cable if you don't have cable right now. That can help you pay your car note. That can help pay your babysitting if you want to do something else on the side. So this is a system where yes, you can make thousands and thousands of dollars. I know a couple of people that I'm going to introduce you to at the end of this, so you can follow them on YouTube as I follow them on YouTube. They make $100,000 a year off of YouTube, but they will tell you that it took them at least 5 years to get to $100,000 because there's growing pains, just like every other business. But once you get the flow going, and you can get a little bit more help, then you make more money. But it will take patience and you can get there. But you can easily start with $200 to $500 of income that you can make every month just working off of eBay.
I did want to say something to kind of extrapolate what Giselle's saying. So she's saying, $200 a month. So what is that for your family, right? At the end of the year, we're talking about $2,400. That for a lot of people, that is higher than the pay raise you're gonna get at your day job. So if you want to give yourself a raise, if you love your job, but they're just not profitable enough to kind of give you the raises you would like, that extra 2, 3, 4%, whatever that is, when you do the math, you can actually give yourself that raise by doing this little part-time job. And it is part-time. So where else can you give yourself a raise doing some fun things and still being able to have time with your family? Okay, go ahead. That was
Exactly.
myself.
Now, where can you find the products? Because a lot of people say, okay, I got started, but I don't know if I go to the stores, what am I looking for? So the first place I always tell everyone is look right in your own home. We all have items that we have shoved into our drawers and our basements, our closets that we no longer are using. And this is the best time to grab those items and place them on eBay. It's as simple as taking off that shirt that perhaps you keep telling your husband, I'm going to throw this shirt away. If I see you wear it one more time, I'm so tired of looking at this shirt. And I have done that to my husband. I said, okay, I'm getting rid of this shirt. I washed it, I hung it up on a hanger, and you just take a picture of the shirt, just like you would if you were taking a picture of your grandkid or your best friend, and then you upload it on eBay. And it's as simple as that. You put a title, you put your shirt, you put how much you want for it. And shirts can go for anywhere from, and you would be surprised if you get a shirt from like the 80s or the 90s. Some of those shirts are going for like $50 right now because you cannot find them anymore.
It's
Especially,
closet cleaning time.
yeah, this is like spring cleaning right now. Spring clean your basement, your closet, and your attic, and go to your neighbor and say if they have stuff they want to toss out. And that's what I actually did with my cousins. I asked them if they had cell phones that they weren't using anymore because they seem to upgrade every 6 months. And I got a handful of cell phones, and these are the old cell phones, the flip phones, the ones that came out, in the 90s, the first ones that look like a brick. Those are selling for $60 to $65 to $95 on eBay. That's a quick sale for you guys. So I will always suggest look at your house right now. If you have hats that you have that are old, baseball hats, football hats, if you have jerseys from hockey jerseys, baseball jerseys, they don't fit you anymore because you've grown a little bigger, you got a little more muscle, they don't fit. Don't throw them away. Make money off these items. Now, the next place to look for items are these places right here. You can go to your Goodwill, you can go to your Savers, and you can also go to the Salvation Army. Check out the thrift stores. If you are a veteran like I am, Goodwill will give you a 10% discount in the month of November. They also give you a 10% discount in the month of your birthday, which is kind of cool. You sign up for that for free. You can go to Savers, and the Salvation Army, I believe, is on Wednesdays. Now, this is how cheap it can be. If you go to Salvation Army on the Wednesdays and you go after 6 p.m., a good half of their store, when it comes to clothing, will be only 60 cents. That's 60 cents for shirts, pants, and even shoes. And yes, people do buy shoes off of uh, eBay that you can pick up at the Salvation Army. In fact, I just saw a video with a couple that I like to watch in which they picked up some shoes for $8 from the Salvation Army. He just cleaned up the bottom of them because they were in gentle wear. He just sold them for $110. One pair of shoes. And those were the old Jordans, which again, if you can find shoes, which you will find at the Goodwill, you can have nice flips like that. Now, are you gonna find them all the time? No, you're not. Those are called the home runs, but you will find them quite often. You'd be surprised. I'm gonna show you a couple other stores that you guys can check out that probably you didn't think of. You can check out Target, you can check out Walmart, and you can check out Walgreens. I was telling my sister there's a guy that I watch called the Bearded Picker. He's a great guy. One of the guys I'm going to introduce you to at the end of this PDF here, this training. He's one of the guys you guys should watch. He goes to Walgreens and he buys an item where he buys the box for $12.95. And he sells that box of items for $135. This is an item that you can pick up at Walgreens. Now, he won't tell us what the item is, and I'm not going to bother him for that because that's his little nugget. But there are plenty of items that you could pick up at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, Kmart, Sears, especially. Toys R Us just went out of business, unfortunately. But a lot of those toys were going for less than half the price that could have been picked up on clearance and then held until this month, put on eBay for triple the amount that you probably spent on them. So there is plenty of places to what we call source. You can source in your house. You can source outside of your house. You can source calling up your neighbors and friends and saying, do you have anything that you want to get rid of? We'll keep going. Here are some other places that I love to go. There's the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, Family Dollar, and Five Below. And I just showed you an item I got from the Dollar Tree, this thermostat here. Paid $1 and sold it for $7.98. Now I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to get on eBay, look up this product on eBay, and you can see how much it's worth before you even spend a dime to make sure it's selling and to make sure it's worth you guys buying this item. So after going through these stores here, now that you know where to look for the items, let's check out some items that you can actually buy. So here I took out some screenshots here. This is stuff that I just sold this week. This is a Hot Wheels. I'm not sure if you can see that picture very well, but
We can
Hot
see it.
Wheels. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Raquel. So the Hot Wheels, this is the 50th Gold Edition, which is really found everywhere. You can find this at Walgreens. I found this one at the Dollar General for $1. So I found this at a Dollar General for $1. It sold for $13.50. The fees were $1.50, and the shipping, anything that is under a pound, is going to run you about $2. Excuse me, $2.66. As of right now, it will go up to $2.95 in January, because the Postal Service does an upgrade every January and they up their price. And they had already stated that this is considered first class. That'll be going up to about $3. But for now, anything up to a pound, think of it $2.66 anywhere in the United States. So this is an $8.34 profit. So that's not bad. I'll show you a couple other ones. This is two iPhones. I actually got this from a wholesaler. My sister actually was with me when we picked these up. We paid $1 each for these headphones here. I sold the set for $9.85. Cost me about $1 in fees. Again, $2.66 for shipping for a profit of $4.19. Here, I'll show you another one. This is a little skeleton that we found when I went with my mother. She also sells on eBay. And I was with her. We were sourcing at the Goodwill. Picked this up brand new in the box for $5. Came from Canada because they had a little Canada sticker on there from Michael's. Sold it for $24.95. Cost $8 in shipping and $3 in fees for $8.95 in profit.
Hey, Josie, quick question for you. Doesn't the buyer usually pay for shipping?
Yes. Now you can have the buyer pay for the shipping if you want, or you can put the shipping cost into your final fee. Now, what we've noticed is that if you offer what's called fast and free shipping, your item gets ranked higher on eBay. So you have more eyes on it. And your items tend to sell faster if you offer free shipping.
Good marketing.
Mm-hmm.
That was my guess.
All right. Well, see, these items here, they're considered like the bread and butter items that keep your income coming in at all times. Now, you might say, well, $8 here, $4 there, $5 here. That doesn't really seem like a lot. But if you really think about it, let's break it down a little bit. If you were to only sell 10 of these items a day, that's $100 in one day in profit. That's $500 a week if you only sell Monday through Friday. And that's going to be $2,000 a month extra that you have in your pocket. So let's say you don't sell 10 a day, but you can sell 5 a day instead. You're still going to make at the end of the month $1,000 extra in your pocket cash that you can use for whatever you like. So you want to make sure you always have these bread and butter items. Now, there are some home runs, and here are some home runs that I was able to catch up, and I'll show you those now. So this Sharp cash register, I decided to go out of my what's called niche, out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I started seeing these cash registers at the Goodwill and at the pawn shop that I go visit as well. So I said I'm going to grab one of them and just see what happens. I ended up picking up this Sharp XE A206. But what I ended up doing is that I went on eBay first to see if this was even selling. Well, sure enough, it was selling for at least $120 to up to $160 was the average with the shipping included. I picked this one up at the Goodwill for $61. I took the chance. And after picking it up and having it on eBay for 2 weeks, it sold for $144 total with 90 cents. Now, because this was way over 1 pound, my rule of thumb is that anything under a pound will ship for free. Anything over a pound, that's when we add the shipping cost. Now you can do what's called calculated shipping, which means you will weigh the item first, see how much it weighs, box it up, and then you will put that amount of the weight in your listing. So if it ships to California or it ships to New York or it ships to Indiana, they pay the shipping and eBay will calculate how much they have to pay for the shipping depending on the weight you put on your listing. So after selling this one, we ended up making a profit of $42. So not bad at all. As soon
That's
as that
good.
one, yeah, as soon as that one sold, I went right back to Goodwill the following week.
I love it.
Because I said chicken, chicken, win the chicken dinner right there. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, as my daughter likes to say. Ended up finding this little 500DX Royal cash register again. Ended up paying only $21 at a different Goodwill for this one. Sold it for $110. Took about a week to sell, and I got a profit of $54. Again, not bad. $20 into 54, I'll do that every day. One other place that you can go to get free items is doing a bit of what I like to call retail diving, only because it sounds a little more fancy than dumpster diving. And when you tell your family and friends you're going dumpster diving, you get what we like to call the stink face. Because they're like, why are you going into dirty dumpsters? That is so nasty. Then I have to sit there and tell them it's not like the dumpster in or the garbage in your house that's full of spaghettis and meatballs and yesterday's dinner. A lot of these dumpsters are actually very clean. In fact, I'm going to show you a video. I told Pastor Dave, my daughter and I decided to go retail diving yesterday just to see if we can find something because we haven't done it in a while. So I said, let's go dumpster diving and then we're going to record it. If we find anything or if we don't find anything, we're going to record it so I can show the family tomorrow during the training. So let's head over
Wait,
to you. Oh, go ahead, Raquel.
before we go there, just so we don't, because I know there'll probably be more questions once you get the video, but just there's a couple questions on here. Kathy wanted to know what the fee was. I wasn't sure if that was a fee that eBay takes for the cut or if that's a PayPal fee for them transferring. So if you can answer that question, and then we have a couple other questions as well.
Sure, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, Kathy, so the fees that I have listed on there are the eBay and PayPal fees combined, which is going to be anything from 13% to 16% of your final price that you have for your customer. So eBay is going to take about 6%, and then PayPal is going to take close to 8%. So combined is between 13 to 15%.
So it's eBay taking their cut for listing and PayPal's taking their cut for transferring the money, right?
Yeah, well,
Kind of.
eBay's gonna take their cut because you sold it on their platform. So they're gonna take the cut for marketing for you and getting the sale. And then PayPal's gonna take their cut like a bank kind of taking their interest for using their system to wire the money back to you.
Okay. And again, since it's a business, it is an expense, so you'll get it back in your where you do your taxes. But consult your tax tax person. Let's see. Randy he said, do you have to package each item and take it to the post office? I said it depends. You can outsource it, or oh no, that was for somebody else. Yeah. So if you can answer Randy's question, do you have to package each item and take it to the post office?
Yes.
I would think
Now,
you would.
what I do is that if it's small enough to fit in my mailbox, which a lot of my items are, I will package it here and then I put it in my mailbox and I put a little flag up. So when my mailman comes, he can pick it up. Now, if you do have a lot of items, you can actually sign up for USPS.com for free and you can request a pickup and you can have that request done every day. And if you know what time your mailman is coming, you can have your packages outside your door and he and she will come to your door every day and pick up your packages for you. Now, if they do pick up your packages from your house, Randy, what I do suggest is that you ask your mail person, your mail carrier, to scan the item right there because eBay will not count your package as sent until it gets scanned in their system. So what happens sometimes that the mailman will come and pick up your items at your house. If you don't ask them to scan it, they'll take it back to their to the location, and sometimes they don't scan them until the next day if they get super busy. And if you're offering same day delivery or same day shipment, and it doesn't get scanned to the next day or past midnight, then you're going to get dinged on eBay for not doing what you promised to do. So what I suggest is when you first start is that you put down that you will mail your packages within the first 3 days, and that just gives you a little bumper to get you started.
Great advice. Jeffrey wants to know, what if the item does not come in an original package? Will you still be able to sell it on eBay?
Absolutely. Anything that does not come in the original package, you can put, if it's still new, you can put new other. Then you're going to get a little box that comes up. And in that box, you will put item is brand new with generic packaging. Now, if it has the tags missing, or if it has a little dirt, or if it seems like it's being used in any way whatsoever, do not take a chance for your account. Put it as used, and then when that little box comes up as well, you can say the item is placed as used, but it is in new condition or like new condition. Because you have to remember, if someone's buying something that they're expecting brand new and then they get it and it looks like it's got some wear and tear, you're going to get a return.
Yes. One more question, then we should go to your video. Robin wants to know, what if the dumpster is on private property, and how can you find out for sure if the dumpster is on a public property and not private? Yes, because nobody wants to go to jail.
Yes, and that's a great question. So the rule of thumb is that you want to Google your location or Google your county and just put down, is dumpster diving available in this county? Now, the rule of thumb for just about every state here in the United States. Now, this is only in the United States. I know there's dumpster diving going on in Australia and in Europe, because I see a lot of Europeans doing it on YouTube. I'm not sure what those rules are over there. But the rules here are that if you see a sign that says private property and it's behind one of those barricades, you cannot cross over. If it's got a lock on it, and the lock is not actually locked in, but the lock is on there, then you cannot touch that dumpster. But if there are no signs that say private property and there are no locks in that dumpster, then you are able to go ahead and look in that dumpster, especially during the retail stores. Now, you might get the employees that come out, which did happen to our mom, and he told her that you cannot look in the dumpster. I don't want you looking here. And he was the manager. So my mom said, okay, no problem, which always be respectful, because sometimes when the manager first sees you looking in their dumpster, they get upset because there are some dumpster divers who make a huge mess and really just ruin it for the rest of us. So we always say, if you want to dumpster dive, whatever mess you make, just grab it right back up, put it right back in the dumpster. And if they see you doing that, they actually don't mind when you go dumpster diving. It's when those big messes happen that they start to get upset. And of course, everyone's going to get upset if you make a mess in their backyard. So as long as you clean up after yourself, you should be okay. I will always state this, and I state this in just about every video, especially if I'm with my daughter, is that always, always wear gloves, and wear thick gloves, because a lot of the stuff that gets thrown in there is going to break and you're going to see a lot of glass. The last thing you want is to get cut by one of those items that might be in the dumpster. You're going to have to get a tetanus shot. You're going to have to go to the hospital, get yourself checked out. I don't take any cuts from any dumpsters lightly. You never know what's in there. So we always, always wear gloves.
Great. Let's get to the video.
All right, let's go and check out this video. Hopefully it's gonna it's gonna work. We're gonna claim that it's gonna work no matter what. So here we go. So I'm gonna forward it little by little, so because the whole video is 29 minutes, and when I gotta spend 29 minutes, and this is our first time using this GoPro, so there's a lot of movement. We're gonna get better with it. But here we are starting off at diving at Party City, and let's play this for a second. All right, so here we are at Party City. The audio wasn't too good on the video, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk over it. I'm hoping you guys can hear this okay. Sorry about the camera movement. We're getting used to this little GoPro that we picked up. So Sammy saw this little dinosaur outfit, decided to pick it up, and then we're just all over the place right now here, but we'll try to fix this up for you in a little bit and see what we can find. Here, Sammy's pulling out a little Halloween, looked like a witch or something, but then we found out later on that the leg was broken. So we ended up leaving it behind, but she thought it was pretty cool. But she's just showing it to us right here. You can see it's for Halloween, so Halloween's coming up in 2 weeks. So right now I'm gonna try to put this GoPro attached to this garbage over here, try to stabilize it a little bit better for you guys, so you don't have too much movement. Oh, there we go. That's a lot better. Then we'll keep diving through here and see what we can find, if we can find anything worthwhile. Now, Sammy wanted to try looking on the other side of it to see if we can find anything. Eventually, we looked on both sides and we didn't see anything that was worth taking. So we ended up just closing up everything and then heading out to our next destination, which we're going to head out now. So let's just go ahead and move on to that. All right, over here. Just put this camera there. There we go. So yeah, see all these hangers? We've got hangers galore. We get them for free. This is a unit that they always put their hangers in a bag, which is nice because they're always nice and clean. But they always have like 10, 20 bags in here full of hangers. They don't recycle them, which is surprising, but just bags and bags of hangers in there. And again, I don't have to buy hangers. If I run out of hangers, I just come here and I pick them up for free. And they've got all kinds of different sizes, as you can see, big and small. So that's kind of cool. But that's all we really found at Bed Bath and Beyond. We didn't find anything else besides here. So I'll take you guys to the next clip. More and more hangers. And more glass, as you can see. It seems that they just tossed everything in there, and as they tossed it in there, it just broke. Well, there's a bit of Halloween kind of outfit figurine. I actually sold one of these figurines for $12.95 or something similar to it, also from Michael's. This one here has a price tag of $22.99, so I can probably sell that one for $12.95 as well. So we're gonna go ahead and take that with us. So that was a winner chicken dinner. Samantha is running with the camera there, so again we're getting used to the camera. It was a little Halloween figurine that you can probably hang up. And that's really all we found from here at this Michael's. Need shipping supplies, you want to definitely check out your local dumpsters. We didn't find anything on here, so I'm going to lock everything up here at this Michael's, and we're going to head over to our next destination. Let's go over to that clip. All right, this is a clip of Spirit City. Well, Halloween around the corner of Spirit City, they just open up, here and there. We found a whole bunch of these masks with the tag on there. It's $12.99 per tag. Ooh, that was a close up. That's kind of scary. Each of these masks.
Uncle Fred.
What's that? Sorry about the camera. It's just Samantha's going back and forth fast, and I keep telling her you gotta go.
Just all we have under 10 minutes. I don't know if there's any part of this video that you want to make sure they get to, and leave it open for them questions.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and forward to the end here, just to where it shows a quick scan of everything that we found. Right about here.
When you're done, can you share your link in the chat so that they can see the whole video?
Oh, absolutely. I have to grab that. But this is just a quick screenshot here, and I'll show you guys. Here are the masks over here. Ended up getting it was close to 30 of these masks for Halloween, and my son put it on Snapchat. And a couple of his friends already said they wanted to buy a few of the masks here for $5 each. So that was kind of cool. He made some quick sales right there. We found the cash register right here, which is just the housing for it, and that was it's $25. And the only reason I know that for sure is because when I bought these other cash registers from the Goodwill, one of them was missing this cash drawer, and they start at $25, and they go all the way up to $45. So I'm still looking, but the minimum is $25 for this one. We found a whole bunch of LPs as well. Tina Turner, Huey Lewis, AC/DC, all kinds of goodies. We probably have a stack here of 15 of them. We're going to sell those for $5 each at our local garage sale that we're going to have here this weekend. We found a whole bunch of pottery stuff as well that we're going to sell this weekend at the garage sale. Found a whole bunch of stationery from a company called 365. After putting this video up, one of my subscribers actually reached out to me and said, hey, that is the stationery that I use for my business. Can we make a deal? And I said, sure.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal. So she ended up taking about 10 of these packs and paid me $35 via PayPal, which she just finished paying about an hour ago. So I'm going to ship that out to her first thing in the morning. But that was probably the quickest sale I've ever gotten. I haven't even listed it yet, and it was already sold. So that was sold, yes. So that was amazing. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the screen share for a second here. There we go. I have to get back in. I was leaning over. Get back in the screen here. But that is just a couple of the things that you can sell on eBay. Again, I'll share a couple of things really fast. This I got from the dollar store here. This is just a tin can activity set you can get from the Dollar Tree. I've sold these for $9.95. Got them for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Calculators. Oh, thank you. Calculators are great. You can find them at the Goodwill for 50 cents to a quarter. I sell these every day for $9.95 to $12.95 each. Used. These are all used, not brand new. Again, we're going back to the remote controls. Here's a remote control that I found for a quarter at the Goodwill. And these sell for $9.95. I haven't listed it yet, but when I list it, it usually takes about a week to sell for $9.95. Again, Dollar Tree. You know, when you get these little things here from the Dollar Tree that says Nickelodeon, and you know the kids love this kind of stuff, the Pet Patrol. These things sell. I paid $1 for this, $9.95 on eBay. So if you want to see, and this is a deep cleaner which I use and my son used, Dollar Tree item again. I sell them for $7.95 on eBay. So these are all your bread and butter items that you can sell every day and you can make some decent money. Now, when it comes to antiques, I love cameras. Oh, how I love them. I love the old cameras. I love antiques. I love anything that reminds me of my youth. This is a little before my time, so don't get crazy. This is one of the old Polaroids that came out. I think Dave Martin was probably still in his late 30s when this came out, being a young man that he is.
Of course.
That pops out like that, and then there's your Polaroid from the late 70s, early 80s. So this is kind of cool. I paid $5 for this at the Goodwill. This actually sells for $35, like this, used condition. So that's one thing there.
Yep. We have only about 5 minutes here, and there's a really good question I wanted to give to you from Randy. And then there was something that you mentioned earlier that I think maybe wraps into that question, but you talked about how you can find out how it's selling or how much it's selling for in eBay. Okay. Randy's question was, where can I find specific items that are selling, like a water pump or swim fins or something like that? So I think maybe that goes into what you were saying, how you can find the price, if it is selling in eBay, how much is it selling it for before you go ahead and make that purchase or take it from the dumpster. Does it just stay in the dumpster, or do you take it with because you found the treasure?
No. Okay, so you want to go on your phone, go to your Play Store, if you have an Android like myself, and you go to the eBay app. Okay, once you download the eBay app, which is absolutely free, then you would just hit the little camera section, and it's got a barcode. Then you take that, you take your item while you're in the store, and you just scan the barcode. As soon as you scan it, it's going to show you all the items that are listed on there, and then you can click on sold, and it'll tell you all that sold and the prices that that was going for. Now, if I do a quick screen share one more time, we can jump over to eBay real fast. It'll take about a minute, and I'll
Go
show you
ahead.
how to do it from your
You know,
computer.
we can go
Okay.
5 minutes extra too. So
Okay.
if somebody's finding like at a rummage sale, there's no barcodes. When do you suggest, if they're looking at saying, I think that vase might be worth value, just try to find something that looks like that on eBay?
Yeah, so a lot of the vases and a lot of the figurines will have a tag on the bottom, some kind of stamp that will tell you what manufacturer that came from. That's your starting point. So let's say right now you have the serial number, like this is the serial number here for this thermostat. So I just put in the serial number on there, and then you click on search and see how it gives you there's the exact one that I just sold. So then what you would do is you would go to your left over here, and you would click on sold. Oh,
yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it looks like
no.
like Amazon, almost.
Yep.
Amazon has it.
So then once you put in the title or even the serial number, which seems to come up now, you go to the left-hand side here. See if my computer goes up. You click on sold, and then anything that, it's right here. Hopefully there you go. Click on sold right there. Anything that's in green is sold. So they sold 2 packs for $6.99. They sold 1 pack for $3.99. So this gives you an idea. Now I sold this 1 pack for $7.98. I just threw it up there to see what happens, and it sold. So I'm gonna take that. But this will give you an idea of how to get your pricing if you're on your computer. And it's the same kind of format if you're on your phone as well.
So I think that helps with Randy, right? So if he has a water pump or swim fins or something, he can put that as much information as he can. If he has a serial number, put that in there. If he has definitely the make and model, that'll help to niche it down.
Right.
And that way, and then go to sold when it comes up, so that way he can see how much it was sold for, when it was sold, and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
And then Renee wants to know, what is your YouTube channel and eBay?
Oh, YouTube channel is Josie Rosales. Let me see if I could grab it on here, and I'll link it on there. It's Josie Rosales New Beginnings. And I'm the only one. If you put Josie Rosales, I'm actually ranked #1 now on YouTube for my name. I was fighting with 3 other people, but I beat them.
That's part of the anointing too.
That's right. That's part of the blessings.
Mm-hmm. And then on eBay?
eBay actually have one main store, and I don't really give that store out to anyone. And it's just because there's something called sniping. And a lot of the resellers, when you give your eBay account, not that you guys will do that, of course. A lot of resellers on YouTube, there's a lot of people that will actually hurt your account when you do that. But I have 130 videos on YouTube. The majority, 90%, is on how to start your eBay business. And it's like from the beginning to right now. So if you look me up on YouTube, you can message me on YouTube. I'm very good on answering your questions that way. You can also find me on Facebook through YouTube, which is just Josie Rosales. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. I don't have Facebook on my phone because it just eats up my memory. But I will get back to you, especially on YouTube. If you leave a comment, I'm very good on getting back to you. But you can also
Raquel, put the information on the chat up there that she just gave you.
Okay.
How to find her on YouTube.
Yep.
It's just her name, really, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Josie Rosales.
We typically have more people watch the replay than we have live.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Oh, you're welcome, Renee.
Is there, we still have a couple minutes to give you to, so is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Yeah, just that, even we found some old DVDs from Stargate. So if you have even DVDs, CDs do very well as well on eBay. So this is the perfect time for you guys to start your eBay business right now. Again, Q4 just started. The sales are, they say that being an eBay reseller is almost like watching an EKG and a doctor, because your sales will go like this, then they go like that, then they go like this, then they go like that. But don't get depressed when they go like this, because they always go a little higher than what they went down. As long as you just continue to list, you'll be good. And again, check out my YouTube videos. I show you how to load up your pictures. I show you a great program you can use for free from beginning to end. Don't let the fear stop you from moving ahead and getting started with eBay. And I'm here if you need me. Send me a message.
Josie, thank you so very much. Gosh, and your resource of YouTube videos can be very helpful for many people. So everybody, we want to thank you tonight for giving us the opportunity to bring Josie to you. And Raquel, thank you for being a great, awesome co-host, doing so well. And everybody, I want to just encourage you, every Monday night, we're right here. And we have initiated now when you register for a webinar, it automatically confirms it for you when you register. And then right at the bottom of the page, there is a place where you can subscribe to automatically registers you for each week, so that you don't have to re-register now every week. So platform that we're using here does require registration, but we found a way to get it set up so one size fits all. And register once and you're good for the rest of the year or until we change anyway. So Raquel, any closing thoughts?
No, I just want to encourage you that when you see this on YouTube, if you can please like, comment, and share. Especially go ahead and share with those that want to make a little bit of extra money during this holiday season. An extra $200 to $500 can make a world of difference for them to share some of that money with those that they love. And again, come back with us every single Monday. We love to see you live.
And also, we're looking for more ideas of. So if you have some kind of a business, plan, or that other people could benefit from, let us know, and maybe you can do one of our Monday nights here. So essentially, the first Monday of the month is always introduction, meet our guest for the month. Monday 2, second Monday of the month is always where we do the prayer forms and have a teaching for you, how to get God more involved. This is week number 3, business, and then next Monday night. A dear friend of mine, Dr. Clyde Rivers, he is one of the, to get this guy here for us is just an amazing. And this guy, he literally works with hundreds of heads of state around the world. He's an advisor to Washington, D.C. He's there probably once or twice a month. This guy is in really, really high demand. He's the ambassador at large for the country of Burundi. He is the United Nations Ambassador for Interfaith Peace Initiative. Just an amazing guy. But next Monday night, he's our guest, and he's going to be talking about civility in the marketplace, how to increase your profits and sales by having a place that is civil. So something really needed in today's world. So until next Monday, hey, have yourself a great week, and we'll thank you again for allowing us to minister to you tonight, speaking to your life. And thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. And we'll be back here with you next Monday. Till then, God bless.
Bye. Great job, Josie.
Yes. Excellent.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.